Hello guys, it's the Dreamlord here, and today we're going to be talking about this cheap PC that I've kind of been building for a lot of my friends right now. And I'm designing for them, and then it's tweakable to your needs, but it's still affordable, especially for the performance you're going to be getting out of this thing. So, the first thing I want to say is, it's a cheap PC. So if you're looking for a cheap PC, entry level, but you still want to be able to not be more entry level, this is like entry level price for mid-range PC. Is basically what we're doing here. And so if you're interested in that, stick around to the end of the video. And if you want to know more about any of these products that I talk about right now, it's going to be in the just comment below, and the description below should have a bunch of links to stuff and links to crap that I'm going to talk about during the video. So stick around if you want to hear about this. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do when you're going to build this computer is you're going to need a processor. So for this build, it made a ton of sense for me to go with the AMD FX 8320 at 3.5 gigahertz. This is an 8-core processor, which means it is future-proofed right there. We're going for some future-proofing here. Like I said, mid-range PC, small price. Now you're going to be going, whoa, that's like $120 processor. Actually, the reason I chose this is because Micro Center has been having this great deal right now, where if you bundle the AMD FX 8320 with the motherboard, the ASRock 970 Extreme 3 R2 ATX AMD 3 motherboard, 3 plus actually, socket type, whatever. Yeah, if you bundle those two, it's around $140 for that bundle. It's an $80 motherboard with a $120 CPU, and it's just great savings, and it's actually cheaper than going with an 6300 and going for the same price, and you get more performance out of this thing. So it was just a no-brainer for me to add those two items in. And as you just heard me talk about, the motherboard is the ASRock 970 Extreme 3 R2 ATX AMD AM3 plus motherboard socket, whatever. And that's around $40. And this is just a great deal. I can't believe how phenomenal this is. And this made buying PCs and building and designing them for my friends so much better. But the thing about these AMD's CPUs is they have crazy loud heat sinks. And if you're in an area where you need to be quiet, and it's kind of ironic that I'm talking about this because the phone is ringing in my house right now. Alright, anyways, Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo is just beyond. It's going to be the best performance for your money. And it's around $30. It's just gonna keep it a lot quieter than these stock coolers that come with it. So next thing we're gonna look at is the RAM, and for RAM, I'm just gonna say 8 gigabytes is where you're gonna be at. 4 gigabytes is doable, but really, if you want to be doing anything else besides just gaming at the moment, if you want to open up and really utilize those 8 cores and be able to multitask like a boss, even on an AMD instead of productivity on an Intel, which we'll talk about that in a different video. But if you want to talk about multitasking, 8 gigabytes is where you're at. If you want even more multitasking, you can either grab another 8 gigabyte stick and slam it in there for 16, or if you really want to multitask, 32 or 64 or whatever you want to buy. But really, 8 gigabytes is a really good medium point, and I definitely want to see that come to be a standard in even all computers, not even just 4 as a standard right now. And it's moving up to 6, but 6 is weird, so go to 8. Just do it, all these companies. Come on, man. For the storage, I chose 1 terabyte, a Western Digital Caviar Blue drive. It's around $60. Your mileage may vary on which drive you want. I mean, just go for about the cheapest terabyte drive you can find. They're all around the same. Seagate makes some good ones. Seagate Barracuda drives, Western Digital Caviar Blue. If you want to upgrade to a different drive, Caviar Blue are pretty much their all-around drives. They're pretty much their all-around drives for all this stuff. So if you're going, well, I lost my train of thought there. The blue drives are pretty much all. If you want more performance out of it, you can go with a black drive, which is really like $30 more for just not that much more performance, but I guess it's worth it if you're doing recording where you're taking data from your hard drive for gaming and then you recording and putting a lot of data back. And and even a big demanding application like Fraps with disk space, like holy crap, AVI files everywhere, you definitely want to invest in that kind of drive. For the graphics card now, here's where the real moneymaker is on this computer. You're working with a GTX 960 2GB MSI GeForce gaming card. And the reason I put this card in here is because it's right in that sweet spot of being pretty much cutting edge on the new next architecture while still being affordable at $179. And yes, that's $179. Your mileage may vary on this. This is also a sale item, but it's around 200, sitting around 200 normally. Cards bounce down on sale all the time, so don't be too worried about all these different cards. Like the EVGA one, Superclocked one will do you fine. The AC Strix card will do you fine. Any of those cards will do you fine. If you really care about having them all the same color, I mean, screw you, because like, unless you have this case I chose doesn't even have a window. If that's important to you, then do it. It's your PC. Do it how you want it. And now I guess that leads us to the case, which is an NZXT Source 210 white ATX mid tower case. Now this is a very popular case, I know, in these lower to mid builds now, because it's very cheap and it gets the job done. So moving on from that, we have a Corsair Builder 430 watt PSU. It's an 80 plus bronze certified ATX power supply from Corsair. I mean, what more could you say? You got it's a good PSU. It's from Corsair. You really don't want to skimp out on there, because if that part dies, stuff is gonna happen. Let me look here. So that's pretty much our whole thing, except if you do not have an operating system laying around, get whatever the cheapest is. Literally, it's your preference. It's preference on operating system. I got into an argument about this online, whether the performance advantages or bug advantages or update advantages. But really, once Windows 10 comes out, we're all going there anyways. I'm kind of just agreed on that and let it sit. But whatever fits your fancy right now, it's fine. I would go if I was building my PC right now, I would just go for whatever the cheapest was, because I know I'm upgrading to Windows 10 later when it comes out, later this year. And being like that, if you want me to recommend some peripherals, that will be in a different video, and I'll link that video in the description after I'm done making this video. This total price of this comes to be around $630 to $650, so it's really, you're looking at around $700 computer here. And for $700, that's the price of some of these Digital Storm computers and exotic computers and Alienware computers. Did they even come up to that price? Yeah, they probably do. I don't even remember these pre-built prices, because I just plan these all day long. I mean, seriously. But this is after scrutiny and scrutiny and scrutiny on which parts to pick for these builds. And here's what we're gonna do. This is giving you a little bit of feature proofing with that DirectX 12 on the video card. You got 8-core processor, which is gonna be great. You got a 8 gigabytes, which is upgradable easily to 16 if you need in the future, or even more RAM in the future, because everything on here is meant to give you that leeway to go up, while giving you that low level price for that mid-range gaming PC that you're building. So this is strictly aimed at 1080, anything at 4K, like League of Legends may be playable at 4K with this, but really what you're looking at is 1080p. I have a 760 in my PC right now, and that can play every game I played maxed out except Planetside. Planetside sucks balls right now. There you go, guys. If you like this PC, if you have any questions about it, go to the comment section below. If you want to know where to get this link, the PC Part Picker link will be in the description below too. Different retailers that I recommend for that. All these different things in the description below. Comment on me if I forgot something. Like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Check out my second channel, The Dream Lord, or Dream Lord Games, or those are my two channels, yeah. Other than that, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Goodbye.